Hello, and welcome to the reading for the energy of Taurus. So, for this series, I've been using 3 decks. This is the Star Tarot, Aquarian Tarot, and this is a new deck that I recently acquired. It's a reading cards deck called the Sacred Spirit. And I'm going to pull a Sacred Spirit card at the end of the reading to impart further wisdom or to give us something else to think about after the tarot reading. All right, so like I said, this is for the energy of Taurus, and I say that because we all have Taurus in our birth chart. Okay, so due to the house system, we have a specific house in our birth chart in the sign of Taurus. So, however you choose to work with this energy, that is up to you. However it appears in your chart. And I encourage people to use my readings by way of title as opposed to the sign. I mean, the sign would be a good starting point, but using the title I think is better because you can use your intuition. The title will resonate with you at a time that you might need it. It might give you some extra perspective. So, and like I always say, not every Taurus, insert any zodiac sign, not every sign is going to be going through the same thing at the exact same time. We're all on different timelines here, and we're all going through different stages of our life. Okay, so with that being said, we are going to get started with your reading, Taurus. All right, 5 of Wands in reverse. We've got fire. Then we've got judgment, major arcana. And we have 4 of Cups in reverse, water energy. Okay, so, with the judgment card, that card is for me, it's a card of like taking stock. Now, it can be the card of rebirth, but I like to be a little bit more proactive in reading this card, in meaning before we get judged, we need to look at ourselves and see if what we are doing is in line with our morals. It's in line where we want to head our life, where the goals that we want to achieve. And so what I'm seeing here, we've got the 5 of Wands, which is usually a card of conflict. And then the 4 of Cups, which is a card of like complacency, and just not being aware of what you have. And before I read on this, I think I'm going to draw out all of the Aquarian Tarot. Okay. So these 3 are our 3 main energies that I'm reading on, and then I use the second deck to further explain these energies. Because one thing that with my spread that I will share is that these positions don't necessarily mean anything, and they're not really in chronological order. I'll put a lot of kind of stock in maybe the first card and trying to get things moving. But generally, all of these energies work together to tell a story. And so, I use the second deck to kind of drill down further into the story. So we have Death in reverse, 9 of Swords, the Magician in reverse, 3 of Pentacles in reverse, 8 of Rods, 10 of Cups, Page of Rods. The rods are wands, by the way, fire energy, the Hierophant, and the Sun in reverse. Wow, lots of major arcana here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, And the two that are upright are right here in this plane column. I guess we could call it this column. So with this conflict going on here, this Five of Wands, this conflict seems a little ongoing, and it's like you really don't want to let it go. And it's really causing a lot of mental turmoil for you. You're not allowing yourself to process this so that you can learn from this conflict. It's almost like you're just trying to ignore it in a way. Um, we have our Page of Rods here, and pages are very explorative. Let me transition this view for you. Pages are wanting to really understand what is going on, what it is needs to be done to get this moving. And I think that's the energy that you really need to start working with here. You need to let this conflict kind of play itself out and stop ignoring it, because it's taking a toll on your mental I don't want to say stability, because I don't feel like you're unstable, but it's taking a toll on you mentally. You might be thinking about it a lot, and it just might be, you might be going over circumstances over and over in your head. And there is something that needs to be released from here. Something needs to be learned. Something needs to be released so that something new can come in and flourish. And that is what the Judgment card here is telling us, is that take a look at where you're at right now, Taurus, and take a look at this conflict and see what you can do to resolve it. I don't see that you're putting in a lot of your resources, a lot of your energies into this. I really do feel like you are kind of just not wanting to deal with it. You're kind of putting your blinders on, and you've kind of taken this mentality of, oh well, that's the way it's going to be, fine, I'm not going to put any more of my energy into it. But however, you're putting mental energy into it, because you're thinking about it, you're going over things in your mind, and you're not really letting go. You're saying you're letting go, but you're not. It's hanging around. And with this complacency card here, I think with it being in reverse, I think this is really good, because because you're not letting it go. You're not coming to a place of comfort. You're not coming to this place of, well, okay, you're not truly ignoring it, which is a good thing, because there is something that needs to happen here. The death is a transformation. Death is something that is necessary for newness, for new growth, right? And we need things to, as sad as it may be, but we need things to die off to make room for a new. Okay, and new ideas come about, new growth happens, growth within ourselves. Old ways of being, old paradigms, start dying away, and new ways of being start coming available, and start making themselves known, and we can work with new energy, as opposed to old stagnant energy. And that's what I'm seeing here. There's something there's something that's going to be beneficial for you if you can work out this conflict, and not ignore it, and look at it in a way that, how can you make this better? How can you grow from this conflict? Do you want this other party or parties to still be in your life, or is this like a good cut off goodbye? Or is this a situation where it needs to be mended, it needs to be healed so that all parties involved can grow from this? And so I do really like that it's not a situation of complacency. It's a situation of you feeling like things need to change. Like there has to be something better than this. You see something bigger. You see the bigger picture. And something that's very curious, I see that you're not complacent with this and you see a bigger picture, but we have the sun in reverse. And the sun is all about illumination and everything being seen for what it is. And perhaps I'm getting a connection between these two here. And the connection that I'm getting as it runs across these cards is that because of this conflict, you're not able to reach your full potential in a way. You're not able to use this manifestation. You're not able to almost, it might even be like a collaboration in some sort of way. Whatever it is that this conflict has created and that you're ignoring, it's not serving you because it's keeping you from realizing your greatness. It's keeping you from realizing the things that you can do, and perhaps even the things that this group, you and this group, or you and this individual can do. That's really what I'm seeing here is that this conflict, it would behoove you and those involved for this conflict to be resolved. Now, whether it's going to be that cut off, get out of my life type thing, come to a sense of closure where this is no longer working for me, or let's roll up our sleeves and let's work through this. What is it that happened between us that we're not communicating to one another? What is it that started this rift in the first place? And I think once you start working through this conflict, of course, this situation is going to go because you're not going to be ruminating this situation in your head, but then you're going to have some more clarity as to where you're going to go from here. Because I feel like you have ideas and you have that desire to do something greater than what's being portrayed here. It's stuck, and you need to get unstuck is what I'm seeing. Okay, so we're going to use the Sacred Spirit reading cards, and we're going to see what extra wisdom can be imparted on us, if we can get some good advice, maybe. The backs of these cards are just wonderful. Let me show you. I did a flip through of this, so if you're interested in seeing the coolness of this deck, the link is in the description. All right, that was my last shuffle. Okay, here we go. Clear and activate. Create a sacred space. Okay. So number 9. Cleanse your environment. Create a sacred space. Everything in the universe consists of energy. It is a continual state of creation and recycling, adapting and changing to its current environment, interacting with everything it comes in contact with. There are many ways you can clear and activate chakras, energy fields, meridians, power centers, and your higher self. Energetic clearing applies to all areas of our life. The collective energy, the physical exchanges, psychic information, spirit contact, and your home or workplace can be very overwhelming if you don't prepare yourself for these levels of interactions. When you are faced with a challenging moment, your energy centers become effective. A to and fro struggle or a push and pull factor comes into play as you navigate these issues or interactions. Activating and clearing the energy centers through meditation or chakra balancing will improve your mental endurance. Potential healing can be achieved through yogi practices. Mudras, meditation, and exercise are beneficial to creating energetic balance within the physical body. Currently, you may be feeling emotionally sensitive and hypersensitive to your environment, including weather and atmospheric pollution. Take positive steps to create an energetically supportive environment and understand the relationship with self. Right now, you need to switch focus. Being caught up in gossip, jealous conversations, participating in lower energy activities, repeated dramas, and toxic environments must all be shifted now. If you want to live a better life, you must be accountable for your actions and reactions. Sunshine not only warms the skin, it also warms your soul. Spending time outdoors can refresh your mind, bring you back into the present moment. Negative and imbalanced energies can shift through natural light and atmospheric absorption through plant life. The shadow aspect of this card is overreacting, indulgence, and negligence. The sacred crystal is clear quartz. Angel assistance is guardian angel Achaiah. Achaiah. Achaih. And that is the angel of patience, learning new skills, and hidden meaning. And the affirmation for this card is, I am a clear beacon of infinite, pure, platinum white light. It radiates through me and all around me. Okay, so perhaps this is a toxic situation that you need to get yourself out of. I don't know. That's up to you decide as to how you want to interpret this message and how you can apply it to your situation. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next reading. Take care.